Dear students, I welcome you all at Safal. So we are going to continue the number system chapter. So in previous session we have seen introduction to number system. In today's lecture we are going to see rational numbers and each and every detail of rational numbers. Like what are rational numbers, what are the decimal form, how to represent them on number line, how to write rational numbers between two given numbers. So all these things we are going to see one by one. So let us start. So the first thing in the introduction part, already we have seen that a number which can be written in the form p by q, where p and q are integers and q not equal to 0 is called what? Rational numbers. And capital Q is the symbol used to denote rational numbers. So for example 2 by 3 is a rational number because I am able to write it in the form what? P by q, where p and q are integers. Similarly minus 7 by 10 is what? Rational numbers. 23 by 37, it's what? Rational numbers. So that means which all numbers we can write in the form p by q, where p and q are integers and q not equal to 0 are called what? Rational numbers. Now of course all of you know long division method, correct? So if I'll ask you to divide 2 by 3, you can divide it and you can find the decimal form of this. Okay, so now we are trying to understand that if we are representing p by q form in decimal form, what kind of decimals we are getting. So if you divide p by q, numerator by denominator, so two kinds of decimals are possible. One is terminating decimal and one is recurring decimal. So let's see under what situation we'll have terminating decimal and under what situation we'll have recurring decimal. So for terminating decimal, to explain I have taken some example. Now if I'll ask you to divide 1 by 4, on dividing you will find that this number is equals to what? 0.25. So you can see that after two decimal places, the decimal is vanishing. So that's why we are calling it as what? Terminating decimal. That means the decimal which is vanishing. Similarly, if you divide 6 by 5, you will find that it is what? 1.2. You will find that it is what? 1.2. So here also you can see that after one place of decimal, this number is vanishing and hence I can call it as what? Terminating decimal. Similarly 3 by 10 you can write it as 0.3. So here also you have a case of what? Terminating decimal. Also there will be a situation when you will divide numerator by denominator, you will find that the long division process continues and the decimal expansion is never ending. For example 1 by 3, if you divide that, you will find that it is continuously going 0.3333 and so on. Similarly if you divide 1 by 7, you will find that 0.142857. So this set of digit 142857, 142857 will keep repeating. So here you can see that the decimal expansion in the bottom two cases is never ending. So that's why this decimal we call it as recurring decimal, also called repeating decimal. Now here, now it is going indefinitely, right? So it is not possible for us to write 100 times or 1000 times. Even though if we write lakhs times, we are not to the accurate. To show the repeating digits, what we do is we write the number and then we put bar above the digit which all repeats. So now 0.3 bar means here 3 is continuously repeating. Similarly I can see that here 142857 is continuously repeating, so I can write that 0.142857 and I can give a bar above it. So what does this bar indicates? The bar indicates the string of digits that repeats, that's continuously repeat. So rational number in decimal form can have a terminating decimal and can have a recurring decimal. So whenever it has a recurring decimal which all digits are repeating, we are putting a bar above it and then we are writing it. And what does that bar indicates? The digits which are repeating. So now we'll try to understand, if we have P by Q form, how should we know that the rational number will have a terminating decimal or recurring decimal? So what you have to do is, first you make sure the number P by Q is in simplest form. Once you do that, then what you do is, you do prime factors of denominator, that is Q. What do you do? Prime factors of denominator, that is Q. If you are finding that prime factors of Q is of the form 2 power m into 5 power n, where m and n are what? Whole numbers. Then in that case, P by Q will have a terminating decimal. For example, if I am writing 1 by, let's say, 16. Now 1 by 16 I can write it as what? 1 by 2 power 4. So I can see that the denominator is, I am able to express, so maybe I can write 2 power 4 into 5 power 0, because 5 power 0 is what? 1 only. So I can see that the denominator is of the form 2 power m into 5 power n. So this will have a what? Terminating decimal. Okay, terminating decimal. Similarly, if I'll ask you to find 1 by, let's say, 25. So this you can write 1 by 2 power 0 into 5 square. So again, denominator I can see I am able to express in the form what? 2 power m into 5 power n. So this will also have a terminating decimal. Okay. So this condition checking you will study in detail in class 10th. Just I have taken it as an information, because many a times 1 mark question they will ask that without actual division you need to comment whether P by Q has a terminating decimal or recurring decimal. Now if you are factorizing denominator and you are finding that denominator is not of the form what? 2 power m into 5 power n. In that case, P by Q will have a recurring decimal. For example, if I am writing, let's say, 1 by 6. Now 1 by 6 I can write it as what? 1 by 2 power 1 into what? 3 power 1. So I can see that apart from 2 and 5, it has another prime factor. So directly I can say it will have a what? Recurring decimal. Similarly, if I am writing, let's say, 1 by 21. So without dividing 1 by 21, I can see that the prime factors of 21s are what? 3 power 1, 7 power 1. So I can see that denominator is not of the form 2 power m into 5 power n. Hence it will have a recurring decimal. Okay. So बहुत ही आसान है. आपने क्या करना है? P by Q को simplest form में लिखना है and then denominator का prime factors आपको करने हैं. अगर prime factor सिर्फ 2 आता है या सिर्फ 5 आता है या 2 and 5 both आता है, तो इस केस में क्या हो जाएंगे? तीनों केस में आपको टर्मिनेटिंग डेसिमल मिलेगा. ओके. और अगर ऐसा हुआ कि आपने डिनोमिनेटर्स के फैक्टर किए और वो 2, 5 के अलावे कोई और भी प्राइम नंबर प्रेजेंट है, सो उस केस में क्या हो जाएगा आपके पास? रिकरिंग डेसिमल. ओके. सो इस कंडीशन को आप ध्यान में रख सकते हैं. सो नाउ वी हैव अंडरस्टूड rational numbers in decimal form. So the very basic question they ask is converting decimal form into P by Q form. So now we have seen that 2 decimal forms are there, terminating and recurring. So right now we are concentrating on what? Terminating decimal. So let's say I have 0.05. I want to represent this in what? P by Q form. So to represent terminating decimal in P by Q form, it's very simple. What you do is, you write the number as it is. Okay. Forget decimal and whatever 0 is there, you write the number as it is without decimal. Now for decimal you put 1 in the denominator and then you count the digits, how many digits you have after decimal. So how many? I can see 1 and 2 digits. So that means 2 zeros I need to put. So 5 by 100, or maybe in simplest form I can write 1 by 20. Okay. So likewise this will become what? 326. Now decimal, so 1, and after decimal how many digits? 2 zeros, 2 digits, so that's why 2 zeros. This further we can simplify. Okay. So maybe I can write 163 by what? 50. Okay. So that all we can do. Similarly this if I want to write, so 7905. Now for decimal I am going to put 1, and after decimal how many digits I can see here? 3 digits, so that's why 3 zeros. Simplification I can do, that's not a big deal. On similar line this number will become 13086 for decimal 1, and after decimal how many digits? 4, so 4 zeros. Okay. So likewise you can easily convert terminating decimal into what? P by Q form. So very simple. Write the number as it is without decimal, put 1 in the denominator, and then append as many zeros as the number of digits after decimal point. Now let's see how we can convert recurring decimal into P by Q form. So this is an important question, and generally they ask in a school exam as well. Now here I want to convert 0.37 bar. Now bar above 7 means what? 7 is continuously repeating. So what you do is, first you assume the number to be, let's say, x, 0.37 bar. Now your next step should be bringing the decimal just before repeating block or repeating digits. So I can see that decimal is here, so I need to shift one place to the right to bring it just before repeating digits. So what I'll get? I can write 10x equals what? 3.7 bar. Okay. So that is the first step we have to do. Multiply by 10, 100 or 1000 so that the decimal comes just before the repeating block. That equation you need to call it as what? 1. Then you see how many digits are repeating. So here how many digits are repeating? Only one digit, that is 7. So if one digit is repeating, further equation 1 gets multiplied by 10. If 2 digits will be repeating, multiplied by 100. If 3 digits are repeating, multiply by 1000. So here I can see that single digit is repeating, so equation 1 I am going to multiply further by what? 10. So this will become 100x equals what? 37.7 bar. So this I can call it as equation 2. Now what I'll do is I'll subtract equation 1 from 2. So 100x minus 10x is 90x. Now here I'll have 37.7 bar minus 3.7 bar. So this, to visualize, what you can write it as 37 plus 0.7 bar. This first part I am writing in two parts. Okay. Similarly, this minus 3.7 I can write minus 3.0 and minus 0.7 bar. Why I am writing this way? So that you'll understand. So this 0.7 bar and 0.7 bar will get cancelled. Now 37 minus 3 is what? 34. So 90x equals 34. So x becomes what? 34 by 90, or maybe 17 by 45. Okay. So process is very simple. Step 1 is bringing the decimal just before repeating block. Then noting down how many digits are repeating. Based on that we need to multiply by 10, 100 or 1000. So 0.37 bar in P by Q form becomes what? 17 by 45. Likewise, if I want to write this 1.015 bar. So here bar is above 15. That means 15 is continuously repeating. So let's write this number as x. So 1.015 bar. Now the first job is to shift the decimal just before repeating block. So I can see that how many places I need to shift? 1 place. So this equation I'll multiply by what? 10. So I'll get 10x equals what? 10.15 recurring. This equation I need to call it as first equation. Once you are here, then you see how many digits are repeating. So I can see 2 digits are repeating, correct? So 2 digits means now equation 1 I need to multiply by what? 100. So equation 1 if I will multiply by 100, so 100 into 10 is what? 1000. So 1000x, and here 1015.15 bar. Okay. So now what I need to do? I need to subtract equation 1 from equation 2. So 1000x minus 10x is what? 990x. Now right hand side we'll have 1015.15 bar minus 10.15 bar. So how I split it here? Similar way you can split, or directly you can write 990x. Now 1015 minus 10, that is 1005. So 990x is 1005. So x is what? 1005 by 990. Okay. So this can be further simplified. Okay. So if you are doing by, let's say, 5, so 5 to the 10, so 201, so 201, and here 5 ones are 5, then 49, so 5 nines are 45, and then 5, just 1 second, so 5 ones are 5, then 4, 49, so 5 nines are 45, so again 4, so 5 eights are 40. Okay. So 201 by 198. So this number in P by Q form is 201 by what? 198. So the process is very simple. So whenever they are asking, I mean in a school exam you can do this way, but I have a short trick for this. So let us see how we can write the answer directly. So here I have written the shortcut. So P by Q is basically the number minus non-recurring part by 9s in denominator equal to recurring digits and zeros in denominator equal to what? Digits between decimal and recurring block. Let us apply this. Now what I am telling is P by Q. Now this number we have just seen. So I am writing P by Q. Now number as it is. So number as it is means you have to forget decimal and bar. So that means it will be simply 37 minus non-recurring part. So non-recurring part means 7 I need to leave. So then I'll be left with what? Only 3. Then how many digits are repeating here? 1 digit. So 19 I am going to put in denominator. And between decimal and repeating digit, how many digits are there? So only 1 digit. So that means 10. So this is basically 34 by 90, which is 17 by 45. So you can see that by above logic you can easily do it. So here you have to forget decimal and bar, and the way I have said that you can do. Similarly this one if I wish to write by using this shortcut method, so 1015 by forgetting decimal and bar. Now minus non-recurring part, that means I have to hide 15, so I'll be left with what? 10. So 10 I need to subtract. Now how many digits are repeating? 2 digits. So that many 9, so that's why 29. And what is the number of digits between decimal and repeating block? Only 1 digit, so 10. So this again you will get 1005 by 990, which is basically again 201 by 198. So easily you can make use of this shortcut method to write decimal in P by Q form, especially when objective questions are asked. So moving ahead, now inserting rational numbers between two given rational numbers. Find 5 rational numbers between 2 and 3. So very easily we can write, you see how many numbers you want to insert. I want to insert what? 5. So you increase that number by 1. So 5 increased by 1 is what? 6. Now write both the numbers. Now the numbers are 2 and 3 I have written. Now 5 increased by 1 is 6. So the given number you multiply by 6 and divide by what? 6. Okay. So this becomes 12 by 6 and this becomes 18 by 6. Now you have 12 by 6 with you and 18 by 6 with you. Now what you do? Retain the denominator as it is and start incrementing the numerator by 1. So 12 increased by 1 is 13. So 13 by 6. Again 14 by 6. 15 by 6. 16 by 6. And 17 by 6. So that's how easily you can write rational numbers between two given numbers. Okay. What you have to do is you have to multiply numerator and denominator by one more than the number which you want to insert. Taking one more example, find 6 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Now 3 by 5 is the smallest and 4 by 5 is largest. Now 3 by 5, correct? And the second number I have is 4 by 5. How many numbers I want to insert? 6 rational number. Now 6 increased by 1 is what? 7. So I can multiply numerator and denominator by what? 7 for both the numbers. Okay. So here I'll get 21 by 35 and here I'll get 28 by 35. So now I have number 21 by 35 and the second one I have 28 by 35. So same process again we can follow. Retain the numerator as it is, denominator as it is, and increment the numerator by 1. So 22 by 35, 23 by 35, 24 by 35, 25 by 35, 26 by 35 and 27 by 35. So likewise easily you can insert rational numbers between two given rational numbers. So let's move ahead and take up one more question where I have one negative number and positive number. So process still remains same. So a smaller number is minus 3 by 7 and larger number is 4 by 5. Correct? So now what I am going to do is, how many numbers I want to insert? 4. Now 4 increased by 1 is what? 5. So multiply numerator and denominator both by what? 5. Okay. Multiply numerator and denominator both by 5. So here what I'll get? Minus 15 by 7 and here I'll have 20 by 25. Okay. So now what you do is, maybe you can write this, here I'll have 35. 5 3s are 15 and 5 7s are 35. Okay. So minus 15 by 35 and the second number I have is 20 by 25. So what I have to do? I have to just start incrementing the number by numerator by 1. So minus 14 by 35, minus 13 by 35, minus 12 by 35 and minus 13 by 35. So these are the 4 rational numbers between above two given rational numbers. So with that the session gets over here. In the next lecture we'll see rational numbers and we'll see their decimal form as well. So thank you so much for watching Safal. Please do like, share and subscribe the channel.